Hey guys, it's James here. I'm currently in Egypt, and it's my pleasure to bring you this update of another incredible month. So, my journey this month started in Thailand after Cambodia. After a few days of rest in Bangkok, I went up to Chiang Mai. And in Chiang Mai, I was partnering with the River Asia. The River is an organization that is focused on training young people and equipping them to be ready for ministry. So I was hosted by Derek and Esther, who are friends from Clayton Church of Christ, and I was able to spend a whole week with them and really just doing life with everybody and just enjoying the presence of God. And it was a really incredible week because we had a few ministry things planned. But during the time I was there, Chiang Mai was actually experiencing one of the worst floods in recent years. So a lot of our ministry plans got cancelled, but that's completely okay because what we ended up doing is that we were helping out the locals by just putting sandbags, in front of their businesses to just reduce the impact of the flooding because it was truly devastating for a lot of the locals in the area. So I was just super glad to be able to help out people really just secure their livelihoods and just really give people a sense of hope during these hard times. We were also delivering essential supplies to our neighbors and the nearby villages and just really helping out the locals in whatever way we can. I also had the privilege of preaching to the young adults group at the river, and it was just a really awesome time to be able to connect with them and just share about identity, which is a topic that's very close to my heart, and just talk about the perfect identity that God has given each of us. In Chiang Mai, I was also able to meet with the local YWAM team, and this was just such a beautiful base and just an absolute testimony of God's power, God's blessings as well to the region. And that was just a very special day, connecting with some of the team members that are there and just hearing their stories. From Thailand, I traveled to Nepal. The first stop was Kathmandu. And Kathmandu and just Nepal in general is just honestly such a beautiful place. Everywhere you look, the nature, the Himalayas is just an absolute testimony of God's goodness and His power as well. And just the beautiful artistry that He's created this entire world to be. I spent some quality time with the teams in Kathmandu, and it's just awesome to see the work that they're doing amongst the locals. And I just had a really fun day going out to meet them and just being immersed in the beautiful nature that God has created. With the team in Kathmandu, we also spent some time high up in the mountains just praying for the entire region. It was very special and very peaceful. We found a beautiful spot, sat down, and just simply prayed. Nepal was also experiencing landslides and flooding, so it was a time where, a lot of the country was hurting and people just needed help. And the prayer brought so much peace and so much strength to the community. From Kathmandu, I went to Pokhara, which is another absolutely stunning city in Nepal, and was able to connect with the team there as well. I was able to join in with their worship and ministry night, and it's just beautiful to see the energy that they carry with them. And honestly, every step of Nepal, I just felt like it was just a huge blessing from the Lord, and just so beautiful. After Nepal, I went to India and spent some time in Delhi with the local team there. It was a great time to be able to share a meal with them together and again just hear their beautiful stories and testimonies. From Delhi, I went to a city called Kolhapur where I was able to stay with New Life Fellowship Church and Pastor Skinner and his family. This was such a blessed time. We traveled to the nearby villages and was able to share the gospel with them and really preach on the topics of identity, calling, and obedience. The response from the villagers was incredible. And in Kolhapur city, I was able to share to the youth and young adults on the topic of calling And it was very touching to see the response from the youth and just how much fire that they had within them to really walk out the calling that Christ has given each of them. I was also blessed with the opportunity to preach to the church on Sunday about obedience and prayer, and we really saw the Lord moving through everyone's responses. It was awesome. So I would just like to thank everybody in Thailand, Nepal, and India for your generous hospitality, support, and fellowship. And thank you everybody back home for your support, as well as all your encouraging messages and prayers. Thank you so much. God bless.